up though? Welcome back to another episode of Reality Trash TV with Dollar Gills. I'm your boy Dollar Gills, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button so we can be friends and we can talk about Bad Boys Texas. Let's get into it because this episode was spicy. Y'all, all I hear is help your friend after that fight between Big Lou and Relly. I do gotta give this W to Relly because Big Lou ran up, put his head down. Relly worked him with one hand on his braids and the other hand uppercutting him. They fought, they yelled at each other, mainly Big Lou. Then they dabbed each other up and squashed the beef. I liked how they were able to fight it out, then talk it out, and then just drop it. One thing they haven't been able to drop though is that beef with Anthony, because on the ride to the Houston house, the conversation is pretty much about why Chef Dee's issue is with Anthony, and he claims that Anthony got upset at him because they had went out and the spotlight was on Chef Dee and not on Anthony. I don't know about you guys, but Chef Dee seems a little suspect. The main thing that stood out to me during this scene was when Prince mentions he's not trying to get into it with Jonathan, because that's a big boy. The bad boys arrive at the house. It's a fancy house. It's got a full basketball court, little golf course. The budget must have been bigger this season. They get into the house now. Relly lays some quick rules down, but the most important one is fighting outside and not fighting inside, and now everyone's picking a room. But while Chef Dee and Banga were in Relly's room just kicking it, Banga brings up the fact that he didn't like Chef Dee jumping in on Anthony while it was going down with Jonathan. Chef Dee tries to justify him jumping in and says Anthony has been bullying him online for the past year, and Banga turns around and says, "How is he bullying your big ass?" Chef Dee goes on to say Anthony was DMing people saying not to work with him, trying to ruin his brand. Relly kicks both of them out, and they move into the room that Big Banga chose earlier, and Chef Dee is confused because he thought Big Banga and Relly were rooming together. I guess Chef Dee thought he was going to be able to punk Banga for that room, but he turned around and grabbed his bags after a few exchanges between both of them and picked a different room. To be fair, Big Banga seems a little unstable and one of the other people that I would avoid trying to have beef with. Of course, everyone's still talking about Anthony and wondering where he is, and with a quick FaceTime with Relly, Anthony says he's on the way to the house. But I love the freestyling and the dancing and all the bad boys just vibing and getting along and having a good time.
I feel real fine. Okay. Everybody know where the money resides.
Okay. Anthony finally arrives at the house. He has a quick sit down with Relly and Carry On and lets him know he's staying because he's no punk, and he pretty much explains the beef between him and Jonathan and says it started with Rio and a section at his club. But he also mentions he doesn't give a fuck about trying to resolve any issue with Chef Dee.
She's supposed to be Natalie's best friend, but she talks about Natalie every day.
Now there's a bigger house meeting, and Anthony gets a chance to clear the air with Jonathan about the Rio situation. The combo didn't get anywhere between the two because it shifted from Jonathan to Chef Dee, and Anthony calls him a big and it gets disrespectful very, very fast. Anthony and Relly both mentioned that Chef Dee lived with Anthony, but check this out. Anthony made a post about Chef Dee confirming that he did live with him, and it got pretty messy online. Here it is.
Let's all live together at one point.
Bro, bitch, I ain't live with nobody.
Yes, you did. You lived with me.
Bitch, I ain't live with you, ho.
Yes, you did. But I ain't even gonna talk about that because it don't even matter. It don't even matter that you live with me. I'm not even the type of person. I ain't bring it up, but you acting real funny, and I never been funny with you.
Bitch, you been online talking shit the whole. That's all.
Yeah, because you was talking shit about me.
Chef Dee moves around the pool table closer to Anthony. They're still exchanging words. Things are getting heated. He starts swinging on Anthony. Security moves in. They pull everybody apart. They even fall over. And then the episode ends. Y'all, this episode was medium spicy. I could have gone without hearing Anthony's name being mentioned every other sentence, but I do have to agree with Big Banga that Chef Dee's big ass could have waited to square up with him instead of rushing him behind Jonathan. Is it me, or does Big Banga seem a little crazy? I like the vibe when everyone's together. It seems like a group of friends just kicking it, just chilling. It's way better than last season. The more I see and the more I hear Chef Dee, the more suspect he gets. It's like you can just tell that he's lying about everything he's saying. I do have to say, I like how there's no divide between the straight and the gay dudes. Everyone is on the same page and they all vibe together. What did you guys think about this episode? I want to thank you guys for tuning in on this episode of Reality Trash TV with Dollar Gills. I'm your boy Dollar Gills. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn notifications on, you know, so we can be friends and we can talk about Bad Boys Texas. If you want to see what my life is like outside of YouTube, be sure to follow me on my Instagram account at Dollar Gills with 2 L's and a Z. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next one.